YouTube, what up? Welcome back. This is Dre Hugs. We live and direct. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. This quick video is about censorship. Now, I was supposed to start my podcast like 2 years ago, but basically by the second episode, I was kicked off YouTube, suspended on Instagram, so I just like forget it. But in those past 2 years, it seemed like the world didn't get no better, so I might as well just say what I gotta say. But I'm gonna try to keep it as PG and not get kicked off and censored. So this first video, like I said, is about censorship. Now we're gonna have to talk about the First Amendment. Y'all, quick history lesson. Now the reason why the 13 colonies came up with the Constitution and things like the First Amendment is because they was basically under British rule. British was like a monarchy, or still is a monarchy under the Queen, which is basically like a dictator, under a dictatorship, communist, monarchy, whatever you want to call it. Like off with your head, quick. So the reason why they came up with the First Amendment is because you couldn't say what you want to say under the Queen. So now that we, broke free, started our own country, United States, we wanted the citizens to have freedom to protect them against the government or the people that was in rule, even though the government is supposed to work for the people. Not so much the case nowadays. But long story short, the First Amendment protects citizens against the government. I just feel like nowadays, they're taking that away. Now, I know it's a pandemic going on right now, but the Constitution, there was plagues and all that before and after the Constitution. No matter what, we shouldn't let fear make us give up our freedoms for so-called safety. There's a quote, I can't think of it right now, but it says you shouldn't give up your freedoms for safety because you will get neither, or something like that. First Amendment, we got the right to assemble. They kind of taking that away. Freedom of press, taking that away. Freedom of speech, taking that away. I don't think that's right. So we gonna have to think of something, man, because America is the freest country in the world, and we give up our freedoms, then the world is in big, big trouble. I don't want to end up like China. I don't want to end up like Canada, Mexico, dictatorship, none of that. I'm not with it. Y'all shouldn't be either, under the guise of safety. Now, the only thing that's not protected under the Constitution is, like I said, the fire, movie theater fire situation. Right now, they are under the guise of safety, taking away our liberties. One of them is free speech. We should be able to say what we want to say on any platform, anywhere, as long as it doesn't cause imminent danger to other people. When it comes to, let's just say I'm on Instagram, there's been a lot of censorship going on. I've been affected by it. I don't even got a big platform, but it's been a lot of people kicked off, fired from their job, whatever, just by saying the truth. Doctors. I don't even want to go into how many doctors done lost their life during this pandemic just by speaking the truth. So I'm gonna just keep it, because I don't want to get censored. So we gotta realize that's the main point of this first video is we cannot or should not trade our freedoms for so-called safety. Because me saying, hey, I didn't do that, or I didn't, I don't want to say the word, that doesn't put you in any imminent danger. Because people that do, can still spread the, I don't even want to say the word, just like me, allegedly. So we shouldn't, be divided and conquered over the situation. It's a plague or pandemic, whatever. We're going to get through it together, but we don't got to give up our freedoms. For the past 2 years, I've basically been researching, and I came across a book called Save America. It was written in 1915, I think published in 1919 by Frank Pudenham. It's in the archives. But basically in this book, it details how, at the time, the British, and there's been several attempts for people to take over America. And I'm going to quote a little bit from that book. And the reason why I'm reading this book to y'all, suggesting y'all read it, is because a lot of things that was going on back in the 1900s, like the British trying to take over the country covertly and in, covert ways, a lot of that stuff is going on right now, and y'all be the judge. So y'all read the book, put two and two together. I'm just giving y'all some references. But it's a real good book. Again, it's free, it's online, it's at Internet Archives or archives.org, so just check it out if you get a chance. A little bit of the beginning of the book. It started off with, these letters first appeared in part in Reedy's Mirror of St. Louis, Missouri. That's basically some papers that was written in the late 1800s, early 1900s, that it basically preferenced a lot of this book from Reedy's Mirror from St. Louis, Missouri. But anyway, they sounded the first clear warning of the president's plan to rush this country into a British-controlled League of Nations as the price of an early peace. The first purpose of these letters was to save this country from losing its independence and from being committed blindly to a perpetual intervention in the quarrels of Europe and Asia. Now that sounds familiar now, don't it? The second purpose was to expose the Palace Revolution, resulting in the first United States dictatorship that has taken place in Washington during the past 2 years. That sounds familiar. The third purpose, hinging on the second, was to reestablish a constitutional and republican form of government in the United States. The Democratic Party is dead, self-destroyed by the acts herein enumerated. The Republican Party is offered a second opportunity to save the Republic. If it will do that, by rejecting all leagues and alliances proposing to abridge our national sovereignty, and if it will immediately thereafter restore free thought, free speech, free press, and free assemblage, it can enter upon a new long lease of power and public service. If the Republican Party fails, we of the American rank and file will create another agency through which the reestablishment of American independence and the constitutional rights of the American people. But I just want to make this quick video to let y'all know I'm going to try this podcast thing again. I'm going to try to keep it as PG as possible, not to get kicked off the internet. I don't want anybody, any of my channels to be basically suspended forever. So stay tuned, stay focused, stay safe. It's Black History Month. I'm going to try to drop a video every week at least. Getting my opinion. I want y'all to think, man. A lot of people just don't even think anymore. It's like a bunch of people just walk around clueless, just floating with not even using their brain. But yeah, we back, man. This Dre Hugs. Stay tuned. We out. Peace.